Huevos ranchero, over easy. Looks good, take it out. This isn't your typical diner. We're putting all types of food on the tables for our customers, from disco fries, pancakes, eggs, club sandwiches, cheesesteaks, pastas, you name it, we got it. We try to be the top of all the diners in Jersey. Breakfast sampler, table 51. Looks good, take it out. I think New Jersey is the diner capital of the world. I think there's about 500 diners in New Jersey. At one point, there probably was 600, but as you know, it's become more difficult to run these type of restaurants and these type of establishments. It takes a lot, and it's become something that's unique if you're still in the diner business. So right now we're in the kitchen of Tops Diner. This is Stephen McCormick. He's our executive chef. He's going to show us how to butcher our meat over here, which we do in-house every single day. Come on in.
So welcome to our meeting room. This is where we butcher all of our steaks: filet mignon, New York strip steaks, ribeyes, skirt steaks, pulled chicken in our climate-controlled room. Right here we're using USDA choice filet mignon, also beef tenderloin, to cut our 8-ounce fillets for our surf and turf.
Having a butcher, in-house butcher, is expensive. We're fortunate that Stephen, the executive chef, does that day in, day out on top of all his daily tasks. So it's a testament to his hard work.
We go through approximately 12 to 16 filet mignon portions every single day. Friday, Saturday, and Sundays, we're going through about 24 to 30 portions every single day. You know, not a typical diner is going to serve filet mignon, surf and turf, and things of that nature. It's one thing that we gave it a try to see if people would like to see it, and people took to it. We always listen to our guests and what they want and what they would like to see on our menu. We grind our scraps and trimmings and grind it and put it into our chili. So that's one of the reasons why people love our chili, because we're using filet mignon, skirt steaks, ribeyes. Not a lot of people do, if anybody do, because it's not cost effective.
Obviously, it's always nicer when you're buying a nice product and you're able to cut that ribeye in-house in New York strip as opposed to being done at another facility.
So this is our 8-ounce filet here, which will be used for our surf and turf.
Believe it or not, you come in here, you want to treat yourself. You come to Tops, get something more expensive, We're
gonna build our surf and turf. This is our 8-ounce Brazilian lobster tail. This is warm water. Our center cut filet mignon, coarse sea salt, and freshly cracked black pepper.
John Benitez is the kitchen manager. He's been the kitchen manager since the first day we opened up Tops, the new Tops. He does everything. He could be expoing, he could be a fry saute, it doesn't matter.
Now we're gonna take this over to the grill, cook it to medium rare. And as that's cooking, we're gonna prepare our lobster tail now. Some nice butter, clarified butter. That's smoked paprika. Pop this in the oven. And this will stay in here at 450 for 6 minutes. And add a little bit of butter. Put in our broiler. At that moment, we have our lobster tail. And that's our surf and turf.
Diners make good disco fries. You could go to pretty much any diner. If they can't make a good disco fry, then they should shut down immediately. That gravy has to kind of soak in and go through the layers of cheese and those fries.
This is our overnight brown gravy. This is our veal stock made with veal marrow bones, carrots, celery, onions, red wine, sherry, allspice, bay leaves, thyme, peppercorns, and tomato paste. And what we do is we take our veal marrow bones, we roast them in the oven, and then we take our vegetables, carrots, celery, onions, we roast that as well, and then we smother it with tomato paste. We cook it overnight for approximately 18 hours. So right now we're making a roux, which is equal parts butter and flour, With the veal marrow bones, we have a natural thickener, which is the marrow from the bones already, but we need a little bit of help just to make it the right consistency that we're looking for our disco fries and other sauces.
This gravy is laborious. It's a sign of love and tradition. It's a recipe that we sort of inherited, but it's tried and true. This is one order of disco fries.
When you're making disco fries and you're making that platform, the cooks kind of like look at it like a masterpiece. It's only cheese and gravy on fries that was created by like people that were drunk at like 2 in the morning. Let me get a side of grits. My parents bought Tops 1972. So when my dad came from Greece to New York in 1968, and he ended up, getting into the restaurant business, and it was challenging for him because, he didn't have education, he couldn't speak English, he didn't know how to write a check. He was learning on the go. He found a place in Newark, New Jersey 4 years later and bought it with my uncles. Without him, there would be no Tops, He's Mr. Tops. So this is Carlos. He's been here since, how long have you been here, Carlos?
Over 20 years.
20 years. He starts the engine over here with Marcos over here in the morning. Without them, we couldn't do this, man. It takes a village and they're part of it over here. I would say about 125 people are working in the back of the house, from porters, dishwashers, to prep, to line.
This is our prep cook, Santiago Garcia. He's gonna show us how we make our famous fried chicken here.
I seasoned a little bit of chicken with salt and pepper. Then I put into this bowl so I can start with weights.
On one weekend, easily, we're selling at least 200 to 300 pounds. And that's just night shift, really. Like, that's how much we sell.
Chicken and waffles became a staple where, growing up in the 90s, I don't think anybody knew what chicken and waffles was unless you were from the South, or I would say like Harlem.
This is our pressure fryer, the Henny Penny. This machine alone is extremely important to our day-to-day operation when we have such high demand for fried chicken. This can cook 8 full chickens in 13 and a half minutes to perfection, which is why it's used in so many specialty fried chicken restaurants. Once these are fried, we put them into our cooling racks. Then we have the orders here prepared, and we take portion at a time, so maybe 5 or 6 orders, put it right there by the deep fryer on the line, and then we start keeping track. Once we're down to about 4 to 5 orders, depending on what time it is, we know, add another 10. If it's busy, add 12 orders. If it's a little bit slower, we know, okay, only add about 5 or 6 orders to whatever we have currently. If we were to use a regular fryer that's not pressured, it would take at least 18 minutes. Imagine you were to wait 18 to 23 minutes for one order of fried chicken. When we opened up the new diner, when we rebuilt, we transitioned from a lot of the old traditional machines that we had for 20 years plus. Now we're using the Rolls Royce of deep fryers. This is our Housemade Hot Honey.
The new Tops that we're sitting in right now, I mean, we didn't start the actual construction of the steel till March of 2020. At that time also we lost my dad, which was a bigger blow than anything we could ever even think of. At the end, we had to kind of pick each other up, and I think my dad built us that way, where like he was like adamant that we needed to build this new place and give the people more. People, when they come to Tops, and that's what I love, like they always try to go all out, and we want to make sure that happens.
All right, so our lobster tail is freshwater Maine lobster tail, and they're sweeter. So that sweetness pairs very, very, very well with our Mornay, with cognac.
We started featuring the lobster mac and cheese, I'd say like 2012, and it just gained popularity, and we've tried to keep it the same ever since. Nowadays, You want to have lower staff. You want to have things on the menu that are easier to build, easier to make, high profit, high volume. So we're still doing things that most restaurateurs can't do and can't handle. I'm gonna take you to the bake shop. Obviously, you can't have a diner in Jersey without a bakery, cheesecakes, sponge cakes, layered cakes, pies, brownies, cookies. Bake shop has to have that in-house. This is Natalia, our pastry chef.
So now we're gonna mix our batter for our cheesecake for the day. In here we have our cream cheese, sugar, and salt. We're gonna mix this until it becomes a very nice and smooth batter. We make cheesecake about 6 days a week in the diner. Right now we're serving original cheesecake, strawberry cheesecake, blueberry cheesecake, cherry cheesecake, Oreo cheesecake, and red velvet cheesecake. So now I'm adding sour cream to our cheesecake batter. This is our heavy cream. So this is our cheesecake batter ready to go in the oven. We're gonna fill our pans. So now the cheesecakes are all in the pan. We're gonna put them in the oven to be baked. So we add water to the pans to avoid cracks on the cheesecake and to create a more even temperature. This is the traditional way to make cheesecakes, and that's how we've been making it since the early 70s.
I think our most popular dessert at Tops is strawberry cheesecake, hands down. Tres Leches sells the most, but I have to say strawberry cheesecake is the most popular, and it'll go, it's like strawberry cheesecake's like Michael Jordan, and Tres Leches is like LeBron James. I want to satisfy and wow my guests every single day. We want to make sure that they came here and they felt like this is a second home and they could come back and they feel good. It has this dynamic of people that embody what New Jersey is, what we are. We're thankful that Tops is considered like one of the best diners in New Jersey, and I hope it just keeps going. It's a landmark, it's an institution. Diners itself have been here for, so many years, and we have to continue to kind of keep it from being like, extinct, so to say, because it's rare, and it's unique. So somehow, some way, we got to keep it going.